We left Aba for Enugu that Sunday evening. Time was 4:15 p.m. Few minutes into our journey into Enugu, the driver began to go fast. Now, this speed was unusual. At a point, some of the passengers inside the bus were like, "Driver, slow down. What's the problem? Huh? We're not in a hurry. Calm down. Don't worry, we'll get to Enugu." And the driver had to park the car by the road and apologize to everybody for going fast. And he said something that struck each and every one of us. The driver said that his wife has gone into labor and that he is expecting his first child. That he's making all this effort to get to Enugu in time so he can be beside the wife during the delivery. Wow. That statement evoked a mixed feeling amongst us. And after that, we told him, "Hey, don't worry, everything is going to be okay. All right. So one man in the back seat led a prayer and we prayed for the wife. And everybody chorused, "Amen." And we continued our journey. So while we drove, the driver and the wife kept talking on the phone. And most of the time when the driver called, the driver would put the phone on loudspeaker because he was driving and be talking to the wife. One of that conversation warmed my heart. The wife was like, "Daddy KB no kwano, Daddy KB no, Ogan Daddy Biano." And the man was like, "Mommy name, Mommy Owam, and I'm a mommy o Erutewegum, Chalum o Ubiko says so." Now, I am sure I was not the only one that felt the emotion between that conversation. So we continued to move. Closing in towards Okigwe, the bus began to slow down gradually. I looked at the driver and saw the worry on his face. So everything he did for that car to pick momentum didn't work. So he eventually parked to the side and came down to check what the problem was. Everything was okay. Opened the bonnet, everything was okay. Checked everything that was supposed to be checked. And the car was in good shape. Then what was the problem? He got into the again, started the ignition, but it won't start. Some persons in the bus who had knowledge about cars tried everything they could to make the car start, but the car wouldn't start. Looking at my phone, there was no network and time was 5:25 p.m. Darkness was closing in, so we became unsettled. The cars were just passing by. So we're still thinking of ways to get the car back on the road when we heard the speeding sound of a car coming from the other lane. We turned. It was a Toyota Camry 2.5. This man was going fast. Looking at the speed of that car, we knew something was wrong. The man inside the speeding Camry brought his hand out and was waving at us, shouting, "Break." At once, fear had a strong hold on many of us. Some persons began to pray, shouting, "Jesus, Jesus, Jesus." And the driver and some guys amongst us were just shouting, "Jump out, jump out." And somehow, this driver turned the direction of that car into a close-by cashew plantation. And the next thing we heard was, at once, we ran to the other lane and closing on the car, there was smoke coming out from the bonnet. The man was just there like this. Blood here, here, and here. And he had bruises all over his face. And he was whimpering. The airbag had blown. And the car was just making one sound. See? Obviously, we tried opening the door, but the door wouldn't open. One way or the other, we found our way and brought the man out, took that broken glass, picked his wallet and some other document that we felt was necessary, and carried the man and left the car there, and we ran out. That man was almost unconscious. He kept whimpering. We carried him, rushed into our bus, got into the bus, turned the ignition on, the bus started, and we left. Time was 6:17 p.m. Darkness was almost closing in. So we're driving, and one of the ladies inside the car brought out a handkerchief, poured water on it, and was dabbling on the man's face, trying to clean the man's wound. And the man just kept whimpering. But luckily, while we were going, we saw a maternity home by the side. So we turned into the maternity home. So one of the passengers decided to stay with the man, and the rest of us left for Enugu. 20 minutes into our journey, somebody asked, "Who fixed our car?" No one could come up with an answer. It was strange, which means the bus miraculously got fixed. Okay. We were like, wow, thank God. We're still discussing about the car and the man who had an accident when the driver picked his phone, placed it in his ear, one hand on his steering. Praise the Lord, I am now a father. This man was literally crying. Slowly just parked the car to the side, kept his head on the steering. I was crying. I've never seen anything like this. So that thing was so emotional. So he called the wife. I was telling the wife how much he loved her, that he will soon be in Enugu and everything is going to be okay, and that he bought her so many gifts. And the wife told him okay that she can't wait to see him. The man dropped the call. And all of us were congratulating him, telling him, okay, congratulations, oh, it's not easy, oh. The man turned and thanked all of us in the bus for understanding, having cooperated with him throughout all this time. I told him it's okay, don't worry about it. So one man in the back brought out 4,000 and gave him, and that person gave him 2,000. Just out of nowhere, people started making donations to the driver to support the new baby. And I reached into my phone and transferred, the little I know I could give, and that thing suddenly made all of us feel like one family. It was a very beautiful experience. So when we finally got to Four Corner, the driver now packed and offered to buy us drinks, even if it's a bottle that we should take it, that didn't care from his heart. We told him okay, so he packed. 10-15 minutes, we rushed through the drinks he gave us, some hard bottled water, some alcohol, some malt, and we left. And from that Four Corner to where I stopped, it was love. It was a very beautiful experience. I just felt the need to share this story with you guys. This is the Man for All Seasons with Uchenna Keze Wuje. I am Light. Abumi. I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.